Back with it again. Back with it again. Hey, listen, those explosions really kind of put a little wake up in your soul. Hey, I'm liking it. I'm liking the intro. You hear me? So we're going to do it again. Yeah. Boom. Yes, sir. Bring it in, folks. Bring it in, folks. I just love it. I love the explosion. It's just, it gives it a little extra on the intro, guys. Much love to the fam, guys. Like I said, we spoke in yesterday's video about the shares of that massive loading that we had when they had 3 million plus shares they brought on running out yesterday, and then also again being out today. And obviously, as everybody saw, we had us a little recovery, came back up out of that 480 range, moved up to that 490 where we closed it. Or we're gonna double check and see where after hours are, guys. New all-time high. We got a new all-time high for shortage. We're going to cover over. Everybody should know Apple and Amazon doing a little extra action in that after hours. And like I told everybody, do not be lulled into a falsely thinking that the tech sector is not about to make that next leg up. I said it in yesterday's video. I said it in the video before. Now it's time to be dollar cost averaging. These stocks have returned back to those prior levels they were at 8, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, right? This is not the actual move to where we're going to say that they're going to Uber gains, as we call it, right? But now that move is starting to happen. You've got to realize, you got to say, hey, the tech era, the tech sector is the lead on in the way to level yourself against what's going on in this financial marketplace. In 5 years, do you think Amazon will be worth more or worth less? In 5 years, you think Tesla will be worth more or worth less? This is what we call long-term investors. This is why I separate those, and they must be addressed that you have to consistently be dealing money into these because, like I said, they're not going down. They're only going to go up, and you're catching them for a stellar price. The greatest generational wealth transfer is, in fact, underway. But listen, guys, let's get down to it so we can try to see if we can have this as a little bit snappier video. But first, cue that wind effect. Yes, sir. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. They need to have me a Jeopardy style sound bite. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. All right, folks, let's get down to it. This guy enjoys wearing cow like a tie. I don't know what it is, but give us some good news, baby. And don't be flirting with my cougar wife. You hear me? I said cute cougar wife. A future cougar. Well, I don't even know. I'm sorry, Liz. I'm a Freeman, so I don't know if we'll ever be able to lock it down. But like I said, I've always got a spot for you on that yacht. But let's get it.
Brilliant trader Scott Shellady. Scott, we got a couple of indices that have actually turned around, even though the bond market's getting hammered as yields rise. Give me your assessment here.
I think the market's nervous, and I think it's the first time in a while that it's acted a little bit nervous. Because if you really take some of the non-headline news, I know we've got everybody calling for a recession. I still think we're going to have one. You have to kind of give up on what time you think it's going to happen. That's when everybody's.
And that's the pivotal point, guys. Like I said, everybody should know I lean more towards the bullish side, but I'm a realistic bull, so I'm not ever just gonna always be like, oh, it's everything's gonna be. But I do know that the times are increasing, times are getting better. The recession, I think, is gonna happen a little bit further down the line. At this current point, it's seeming as though Jerome Powell is pushing closer and closer to the idea of a soft landing as the strength of the economy. It's really the strength and resilience of the economy that has offset us saying, okay, hey, we're going to recession like we thought at the beginning of the year. The American people, American economy is just going to take those hits. People are somehow going to figure out a way to get more money to go spend that money on these consumable items that they've been trained, to purchase or need or want or yearn for. And it's just shocking to say, at the beginning of the month, I was like, it's over. We're going down. And people just continue to buy through it. $4 eggs, hey, you're going to get them eggs. You running out of money, you're going to try to figure out another way to get more money. It's pretty crazy, but like I said, it's the beauty and the strength of the American economy. Continue, Mr. Cal.
When you see what I see, we have a great stock market because of artificial intelligence. I love artificial intelligence. And we've got some decent jobs. We've still got a tight jobs market. So if you want to talk about a bad economy, the first two things that people throw back in your face are, what about jobs and what about the stock market? But I think those are thinly veiled success stories. Mm-hmm. I do think you could see things crack, and I do think you're going to be able to pick up stocks at a cheaper price. I think that the 10-year yield is telling you, hey, we're worried about inflation again. Look at what's happened to crude oil today. That's up $2 last I checked. That's going to be an issue. We still have food prices that are very expensive. And for those of you that think that inflation's coming down, it's not. It's just rising at a slower pace. We're up 3% over this time last year.
And that's about the point, guys. Understand what he just said is a keynote. Where I said in the last video, I was like, hey, I expect inflation, interest rates go up to 6%, 7%, maybe 8%. But there will be no undoing of this. Companies are not, and people don't understand. I know everybody's like, these companies are not going to take the price back down of items. When they get that price raised due to interest rates, right? They're not bringing those back down. They're going to just get you used to this price. Same when I used to be able to go get, and I wouldn't lie for it, but it was just stories told to me of a soda, a candy bar, and chips, and you kissed a girl for $1 going to the corner store. Now, I've been raised $2.99 for a Coca-Cola bottle, a bottle of 16-ounce Coca-Cola bottle. You're used to that. $1 and some change for the can. We've been brought up used to that. Like I said, it's never going to go back down. So like I said, that's one thing that we all should know, hence why we're investing our money. And the only way for financial freedom is to be putting that money to work in these assets and in that crypto market. Not financial advice, do what you want to do. But like I said, we don't miss over. That's Money Montgomery, Mr. Thought on the Yacht. That's him.
This year, we were up 9.1%. So prices are still going up, but at a slower pace. So I think Main Street's got some problems. My two key indicators, Liz, I'm watching very closely are the consumer and oil.
Well, consumer, we might get some clarity on that from Amazon when they come out, at least with their e-commerce numbers, and hopefully they'll be good, at least to show an indication that they're holding up. Scott, we're looking at the 10-year yield up 10 basis points, but aside from that, you're talking about stocks starting to look a little more tasty, I guess, at perhaps a lower price. Can you give me a sense of what's on your shopping list? I know you've been in.
And guys, it's not when he said a low price like everything dropped down. This has only been like a 10% move off these highs, which I told y'all was the perfect time to be buying, right? Because they're about to get ready for the next leg up. And you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
T-bills. But tell me what's on your shopping list as far as equities are concerned when they get low enough.
Another add-on. The institutions are still vastly under-leveraged in these assets. They are going to come in and buy these dips. Y'all have not seen big money roll in yet. The time is now to be getting in these banger companies. Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, XLM, XDC. Did I say it? Apple. I think I said Apple. Netflix. Who else am I leaving out? Nvidia, Google, Intel, Path. This is the time. This is the time.
Well, I put the money on the T-bills, and there's a penalty I'll pay to take it out, but I'll be happy to do that if I think things are at the right time, and I think we're getting closer because, look, it's been 23 years since we basically last had our books balanced, or let's say
Bill
Clinton's
is this what his thing is?
presidency, right? And the last time that happened was because of the success of the internet.
What a name.
Anything that had a .com after it, everybody loved. Now, we had a .com bubble. I think we're entering an AI bubble, but that doesn't mean there's still not going to be some opportunity there. I think I've been talking about it for a long time, Liz, probably 20 years, maybe 15 of them on your network.
Yeah.
But I've been looking for the next great thing that was going to rescue us from our bad habits, i.e. spending, everything that Fitch just said, yesterday. And what that's going to be, we thought maybe it was going to be healthcare. We thought there was going to be some tweaks to the internet. But I think really it's going to be artificial intelligence. The learning that thing does, I think it's going to be really big.
Those are expensive though right now, aren't they? I mean,
I know they're too expensive. They're too expensive for me too. But I think you're going to get a chance. So I have to have them on my radar, and I want to have my powder dry and ready when it does happen. Because, look, the consumer is starting to spend on fumes. All-time low savings rate, credit card balances over $1 trillion. McDonald's and Costco have said they're starting to see consumers trade down. They don't have money forever. Auto loan delinquencies through the roof. Foreclosures spiking. Corporate bankruptcy spiking. Challenger Gray and Christmas just came out and said that for the first 6 months of this year versus the first 6 months of last year, layoffs and job losses are up 244%. So something's going on out there. And I'm going to be ready when we do see people exit the market to pick some of these up at better prices. Maybe not bargain prices, but better.
Scott, great to have you. Thank you very much. We would just like to mention the first-time jobless claims came in pretty.
Everything he said was valid, but I don't think that you're going to see a massive exodus of the people that are the retail that's in the stock market now. These people that kind of migrated in 3 years ago during 2020, that mindset of people that got while money was coming in and C19 this and that, and they went and put their money into the stock market, are a different breed of people. You know, everybody that's watched the channel, everybody that's involved, you don't cognitively think the same thing as the masses of people. So while I know there's a lot of car loan delinquency, people losing their houses and things like that, I don't think those same people are necessarily vastly in the stock market either. So I don't expect that to be a big drop. I think, again, like I said, I've been on a point that we've kind of seen that peak of fall off of those people. And what we're waiting for is that buyback in of institutions that also withdrawing their money. But I don't think the stock market is going to be bothered as much as what's going on with the economy. It's kind of crazy that it's kind of detached, but you're looking at now where it's like, you're having the interest rates, you're having the cost of things rising, you're having people defaulting out, but the stock market is separating and running at all-time highs, right? There's a reason for that. There's a separation that's going on. That's what we call the greatest generation of wealth transfer. The haves are piling in heavier while the have-nots are putting more into debt. We went over that chart where the average American has $97,000 worth of debt. Well, those few people that aren't rolling that line are mass majority of the time people that are investing their money and looking to be financial. That's why I say I see what he's talking about, but I don't necessarily agree there's going to be some massive exodus in the stock market.
Pretty much even with what was expected. Okay, it's been just under 48 hours since Fitch Ratings downgrade of the United States credit worthiness, and look at the effect. Scott was talking about the 10-year yield, but we want to show you this. Monday, the day before Fitch stripped the U.S. of its AAA rating, the yield on the 10-year closed at 3.95%. Fitch cited the nation's $32 trillion in debt and deteriorating financial state for the move. Today, right now, the 10-year yield touching a 9-month peak at 4.188%. Now, yesterday, as stocks tanked, Wharton professor Jeremy Siegel told the Claimant Countdown, nothing to see here.
Thank you.
It's ridiculous, Liz.
Oh, yeah.
The Fed can always pay off the debt. The Fed can print the dollars to pay off the promised debt. So there's really no possibility of a default.
Siegel's an economist and a brilliant one, but what do real-world bankers who need to lend and refinance
we reviewed that video yesterday. Go check it out.
Jean-Yves Fillion is vice chair of BNP Paribas USA, the U.S. division of the world's 5th largest bank. Jean-Yves, first, your gut reaction to how the markets reacted to the Fitch downgrade and how you are conducting your business in light of that.
There is no real news as it relates to the, debt, sovereign debt versus GDP ratio here. And it is absolutely obvious that over the medium term, any administration will have to continue to master and navigate this complex situation. However, as you just highlighted, we've seen mixed results, from the marketplace, which I think very short term, I don't think it would have a real impact on the stability of the economy and the stability of capital markets.
Now, the interest rate reaction is very interesting. 11 years ago, or 2011, when S&P downgraded the U.S., we had Treasury yields fall. They are actually rising right now, and that is only making borrowing costs more expensive. How are you dealing with interest rate risk?
Well, quite interestingly, you mentioned fixed income. I mean, the fixed income ride has been a good ride since the beginning of the year. Investors like the steady annuity, the quality of the underlying assets, and obviously equities have been on and off, more volatility.
For bond investors.
And if I were to relate to what we do on a day-to-day basis, which is, providing access to fixed income markets to our corporate clients, the institutional investors have been extremely, I would say, bullish on this segment. Specifically, high grade and asset-backed securities have been extremely vibrant. And more specifically, if you look at high grade itself, new issuances, corporate debt, new issues.
Guys, just all aligning with the fact that, as I said, institutions are very overly leveraged in cash and these bonds, they're going to have to do a point where they all move and rebalance these sheets and get more into these asset securities such as Tesla, Nvidia, the stock market in general. That has not come yet. You're seeing a little bit of the buying, but y'all have not seen that buying that's going to come.
Agencies are up 40% year on year, which, in spite of the volatility
When you see
you
this
just
leg
described,
up,
it shows that
look back on
investors,
just back here like
particularly
this for you.
institutional side, have real
Just get the
comfort at
image in
least
your
in
head.
what this economy might be doing over the next few quarters.
Tell me how you have tightened your lending standards at BNP USA.
Well, what the bank benefits from is actually to have a quite diversified, I would say, business activities and client profiles. And we benefit as well for being well capitalized, well funded, I hope well run as well. Then we've been able to actually continue to support our clients the best way we can, where the bank has been more specifically lending, and it's very targeted and specific. It's for our high quality, high grade clients that could have access to the marketplace right away, but felt waiting a bit more, they could get a better optimized price-related transaction. Then this is when we lend, bridging, hopefully a more convenient time to raise capital.
I want to get your outlook on the equity markets, but before I do that, March, Silicon Valley Bank went under. The regionals lost so much market cap. It was a mini bank crisis.
Talk about it.
It was 2 years ago, December of 2021, that you sold off the regional that BNP USA had, Bank of the West, for $16+ billion. That looks like a genius move in timing, because today, I'm not sure it would have been worth that. I mean, you look at some of the others, whether it's Comerica or Zions Bank, and you can see what their market cap was in 2021 and how much lower it is right now. Right? I don't know if we can show that, but we had the comparison because it's really important to see that. For example, Comerica in 2021 was 11 billion market cap. Today, it's...
And they want you to believe that the move is to invest in the regional banks. And again, guys, like I said, there's no judgment of how you invest. Whatever you do, as long as you invest, and hey, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I ain't got nothing past that, but you just got to keep comparison, guys. Is the reason that these crypto assets are starting to bounce and do their thing is because there's a movement from the traditional way of banking and money toward going to the future. That's what I'm saying. I invest in what I see in a 5, 10 year, 20 or 30 year horizon. I'm not talking about what we got going on today. I'm setting up for the future.
It's 7 billion. PacWest was 5 billion. Now it's 1 billion. So you look genius. What did you do with that financial firepower of 16 billion?
Well, thank you for the nice comments, Liz.
It's just fact.
I have 2 comments on that. Well, Bank of the West, which had been part of BNP Paribas USA for 40 years, was a wonderful bank to have in the group, and actually was doing very well, was going to do very well staying with BNP Paribas because it was, I believe, run, and the fact that owned by a well-funded, well-capitalized bank would have fared really well, including under this complex, cycle. The acquirer, Bank of Montreal, has very similar characteristic, well-funded, well-run, and I think will benefit Bank of Montreal because now they have a nationwide franchise complementing what they had on the East Coast. Now, to your point, and this is my second comment, what you are touching very smartly here is there is probably a need going forward for further bank consolidation. Consolidation. Yeah. And by the way, it's nothing new. If you go back to even a century ago in the early 1920s, we had 30,000 banks in this country. In the 80s, 10,000. Today, approximately 4,800. It's probably still too many. Then we expect further consolidation. I believe, though, as we just spoke about Bank of the West,
said he expects further consolidation.
There is still a place for regional and community banking. It's a federation.
You can't get your legs blown off and then it'd be all right. Swift system's still going to take a hit.
However, the remaining banks, including the community ones, will have to be well-funded, well-capitalized, and probably better run.
Can I just ask your opinion on the best equity prospects that you see right now?
That's a very complex question you're asking me here.
Gotta push, you're a banker.
I can comment on at least the sectors I see a good dynamic. And by the way, it's very connected to this still very resilient economy here. Tech, obviously, we mentioned AI earlier, but healthcare, there's a lot of...
What did he say? What did he say? Did he say tech?
opportunities and activity happening there, pharmaceutical.
Healthcare, pharma.
And
What did he say? What did he say?
not to
That's my
mention,
French. That's
and
horrible. I don't know.
can
That was
see
a
with
horrible
some of our
accent.
clients that were supporting very actively strong business activity linked to some of the government, acts like the CHIPS Act, the Infrastructure Act, the IRA, that is really providing a lot of appetite for investing in fiber, in technology, in digitalization, as well as in sustainability.
Great to
Tag.
have you.
Lovely
Jean-Yves,
to
It's
be
the
here.
only thing that makes
this
sense
is why
to
we
me.
bring people like Jean-Yves to you, because he's in the trenches, and we really appreciate when you come on, and it's rare. We love having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Liz.
All right, now, Bones, you better back up off my cougar now. I don't like the way she looking at you. All that rolling your orders in this hey, I don't like it. All right, people, let's get down and make this choppy. I still got to get this thing added up, see if I can get a little late night gym session. We're trying to keep the thing booed. Looking over, we got our AMC charts. They closed out at $4.91. Sitting currently in after hours, $4.90. I'm happy about it. I ain't mad about it. Hit a high today of $4.98. I thought we were going to hit that $5 point. But like I said, I'm just happy to see that there is at least some type of correlation between the fact that, again, we're out of shares available and we're starting to get that price incline. I want to see how they're going to play this game. Put it on through, guys, just so we can tie it together. As we show, goose egg up there for those shares available. And you can see up here, they had 169% before running out of those last couple of shares they tried to take out. 100,000, 150,000. Goose egg. And obviously, as I said, we're seeing that price action. The power that they're having seems to be dwindling yet again. We'll see if they try to pull out again another fraud dose. So I want to know where they got the last 3 million shares from. Either way it goes, there is no set timeline. There's no date for them to run to right now. Before it was like, oh, all right, they're going to the conversion. The conversion is halted, as we know, up until decided by the judge. They have no idea how long they can continue this. How long can you continue this? Y'all got to let that move happen. There is no way they're going to continue to be able to hold this price at $4.09 with earnings coming up. What? In 3 more market days, we got AMC earnings, which everybody expects to be positive. What are you going to do then? Pulling on through, guys. We're sitting up here now on 5 days on the threshold security list. We'll see if we make it, I think today is 25th day. It's 25th or 26th. We'll go look at it. Obviously, we'll see the day's report tomorrow. But like I said, well past the 13 days on threshold security list, they're supposed to be forced to close out position. We're almost doubling that now. If the fraud hasn't been clear, if you haven't noticed, the SEC is not blitz you. They don't care about anything they talk about they're going to do, except for trying to put their fingers in the next thing, which is crypto. Then here's the proof right here. Everybody knows this. All these reports go to the SEC. This is clear and blatant. The manipulation is here. The fraud is here. They're supposed to have been forced. If you can't say, oh, we don't have proof of synthetic, well, force them to close up that 40, 50, 60 million worth of failed deliveries. How about that? We'll just start from that. You don't have to go identify today. Just start that off, right? But we won't see that happen. Put it on through. Before we continue on, I want to show everybody this movement that we're having here. With our Tesla, as I said, staying above that 250 range is bullish, right? Hey, we had that perfect bounce off that 250 and respond just how I want to. Holding above this level as we're sitting at 260 after hours is a beautiful thing. Strong movements. Everybody, like I said, don't be lured into thinking that this thing is, the run. So, guys, we're sitting 10%, 5% away from all-time highs. Do not be confused thinking that, this rally's done. Same with over here. Another big baby banger. Glad we picked up into it. Looking after hours, looking at 140, almost a 10% move at night. This is why I say, not at night, in the after hours. This is why I say it's dollar cost average. Don't try to time it. Trust and believe. Money Montgomery does not miss. This tech sector is going to levy your money through the greatest generational wealth transfer. Right in the after hours, where everybody's sleeping and slacking. Woo, it's all right. It's all good. We finished 0.55. Boom! Up 140, up to 100. What was that? Hit 142. Currently sitting $140. We're going to wake up and now that run continues off, right? I screamed with everybody. Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Apple, Netflix, and Intel. I keep screaming it. I can't scream it any louder, but I continue to try to bash in your brains. Tech tech with a little tech so you can get techie with your tech and tech. Come on now. This has been the model. This has been the move. This is the only thing I see that makes sense. And again, time and time again, it continues to prove why. Sliding on down through. Let's get down to it. All-time high sitting up here with our AMC short interest at a 29.93%. Come on around and let me get that 30%. I want to see it. I just want to see what type of momentum, what type of sentiment this rallies and people are seeing this number continue to climb. Rolling up days to cover, our days on loan, it's rising back up again. Now we're sitting up 8 as we were sitting at that 740. So now short interest is rising. Days on loan is rising. Short interest is at all-time highs, right? We got NYS running at all-time highs for how long this threshold. I want to see what the longest stock has been on the threshold because I believe this might be one. AMC rising to number 2 spot of most shorted, number 2 or 3 most shorted companies. 0 shares available. Guys, hey, I don't call things, but like I said, all I asked for from Judge was to hold that thing. How long can they keep this up? This right here is getting a little crazy. It's getting a little zesty on this side, getting a little spicy. And I ain't talking about mustard. Come on now with it. Pulling on down through. Everybody check out the BitStamp collab with XRP, guys. If you didn't know, well, now you know. XRP is going to be the thing to get my other 90 thoughts collected and put on this yacht, right? But coming on down, XRP is now in BitStamp where they're offering a permanent 2.0% APY increased, or they increased their APY to 2% on loan or on lending your XRP out, which is crazy, right? Just double checking. I don't think our president do is. I'm not gonna be I myself personally am even skeptical about doing when the time comes staking it, but it's gonna be for me to be financially responsible. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna have stake. I don't think I ever stake all my coins, but I've been loading up on this XRP, so I know staking and having a way of making it like a permanent monthly income off of that is something that I'm gonna have to lean into. But it's just kind of crazy looking. I like how it sounds over here. We have exciting news, XRP enthusiasts, as well as those who just like to get started with earning yield by utilizing their crypto. We are boosting the annual percentage yield APY on lending XRP to 2%. Ironic, I wonder why they're raising that up, right? The best part, boosted APY is here to stay, so this is permanent. Interesting. Wow. It's kind of funny how that's happening, right? Not that anything's going to happen with XRP here soon, right? You best be wide. You best be on. You better be loading that boat while it's sitting up there 60-something cents. All right, play with it. Play with it if you want to. Keep benefits. Let's see here. There was one point that I saw. Lend with confidence. You never lend or convert your assets without without your express instructions. And we offer complete transparency by showing you the actual earn rates you'll get. Our partner, Tesseract, I don't know how to say that, only lends to reputable institutions and undertakes rigorous risk and credit assets for our borrowers. So the way this occurs is it's not like you don't have your money or there's a set time. You don't have to even have you have to lend to 6 months. The day that you lend it, you start earning interest rates. But like I said, guys, this is going to increase, but this is just going to show you how much bigger XRP is getting. This is literally them lending to large institutes to provide liquidity. This motion in the ocean, guys. You got to see these keynotes. I saw this, I was like, okay. So it's a lot of XRP popping up in this news, ain't it? Get low in your false insecurity. Everybody, it was at $80, now it's at 69. All right, you better load the boat, because when that thing clips that $1, $1.20, you're going to be looking back wishing that you had been diving in. Looking in and closing over, guys, with our test thing. Some beautiful news. We love to see it. We love to see it. News. Unplugged Tesla is now building Tesla Y model police vehicles. Its police car costs $91,990, including, and that's after you add the upfitting, which is them turning into a police vehicle, making it $7K cheaper than a Ford Police Interceptor utility hybrid. This doesn't include the rest of the $27K in fuel maintenance and savings over 5 years. Obviously, the cost to fuel a gas-powered vehicle as opposed to electric. I saw this. I said, oh, hell. Guys, we coming with it. And everybody knows these Teslas come with like 1,000 horsepower. I don't know if you've seen the Tesla take off, but you are not getting away. The days of being in the block when the police are coming to a near end. But like I said, I saw this. I was like, okay, here we go. You got companies like Rivian extending off with Amazon, getting ready to make electric delivery vehicles. Tesla moving into making police cars. First time I see that Tesla police car, it's going to send shivers down my bones because I know my money's just getting longer, guys. Listen. I just wanted to bring that by y'all, see if we can make us a little short episode. We've been hitting them with long terms, but everybody's enjoying them. Guys, y'all let me know if y'all like them videos short or longer. Tell me what y'all think about it. Obviously, I'm loving the engagement, loving our support, guys. We're moving this boat one step closer to financial freedom. Just remember, the greatest generation of wealth transfer is underway. You're always just one trade away from changing your family's life, wife-changing, life-changing money. You hear me? Thoughts on yachts is what we aiming for. Big bodies and Teslas. That's all I want. A couple Cybertrucks in the backyard. Hey, look at me. Look at me now. Hey, guys, much love to y'all. Y'all hold it down. You already know what's next, don't you? It's something like an explosion. Yes, sir!